Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Joe. Welcome back to SNES is Life. Tonight, Kawasaki Super Bike Challenge. It's been a while since I've played a racing game, and a motorcycle racing game at that. The last ones I remember were uh, Super GP and Super GP2. And then there was another one where they worked motorcycles, I think, into like there was like a motorcycle, a jet ski, and a car, I think. What's going on, Monkey? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Goober, how's it you doing as well, huh? Vroom. Yeah, vroom. Anyway, I don't have a lot of hope for it, just on that basis. What up, clown? This is what I'm able to make it back to. Sorry, Monkey. It's not a plethora of great games this week. We started off awesome with Donkey Kong Country, and we're going to end great with Earthworm Jim 2, but the in-between games in this set of 5 are not probably the best. So anyway, yes, I don't have a lot of hope just because, what up, AB? Motorcycle racing games generally not that great on the SNES, so we'll see where we end up with. Take a look at the front art, by the way, I thought looked fine. I like the green bike. That is obviously just a picture of an actual guy riding a motorcycle. The back of the box actually gives me a bit of hope. Get ready for the biggest adrenaline rush of your life. You get your 4 screenshots here. But honestly, from the screenshots, it kind of reminds me of Top Gear. And Top Gear, I think, is one of the better arcade-style racing games on the Super Nintendo. Now, whether that transitions well into gameplay or not will remain to be seen. But I like the gradient of the sunset and the sun there. The riders in front of you. My biggest fear right off of this is the cockpit view. I don't think there's an optional view. I think you're trapped in that, and if you can't see from behind your bike, I feel like control is going to be an issue. Could not find an American manual. We're working with the PAL manual here, which unfortunately is just 10 pages of text. We get the one digitized picture here of the sprite, or the guy at the front of the thing, I guess. Controller setup, enter your name, how to qualify, grid position, how that works, damage indicator, the circuits. That's it, and then it kicks into the next language. So very little to go off in here. Some explanations of exactly how that works. Yeah, I don't know, man. We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna find out. All you can do at that stage is just hope that it functions well. But if it plays anything like Top Gear, I'd be impressed. So what are you guys up to tonight? Just hanging out? That's the first time I ever had like 5 of you in the chat that quickly. Y'all were apparently doing nothing tonight. I like the start music at least. Just woke up, still in bed. Still wrapping up Expedition 33 content. Alright. That doesn't look as good as I thought it would just from the back of the box. Looks... I don't know. I don't know. Eating dinner, but where's the family at? Testing out a flag set for Final Fantasy for free enterprise. Ugh. That sounds awful, Goober. No offense. I know I'm in the minority of liking our JRPGs, but ugh. Wife grading papers, kids said goodnight and they're in their own rooms. Well, you know, there comes a stage where you'll be happy for them to be like, we don't want to fucking deal with you, I guess. Didn't take much looking. Doom Eternal. Oh shit. I've never played any of the modern Doom games. I probably ought to sometime, huh? Novice, amateur, professional, expert. Yeah, we're definitely going to go with novice. 5 is the minimum. Alright, gear up is up, down, left, excel. That is not a lot of control options, frankly. Distills the game into 1 to 3 hours. Oh shit, I might actually like that if it was only a 1 to 3 hour game. Probably not still, but you know. We'll go ahead and do the championship. I have like 8 screenshots too, man. Well, I didn't get the American manual, apparently. I ended up with the PAL one, so. Not that, I mean, it's nice to have extra screenshots, but it's not like it's going to make or break my experience with the game, I think. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we'll go with slicks. Okay, here we go. Just wants to be a pal for you. Ooh. It's got a decent feel of speed, at least right there. It's already made the cardinal sin in that there is no fucking music. Oh shit. I like the wreck animation at least. It should be like what you call it, road rash. It should show you running back to your bike. I don't like. There's a lot to not like, kind of post haste, but we'll get to it. We'll at least try to finish the qualifying. Jesus. This is already boring. What's up, Rubik's? How you doing, buddy? Welcome into the group. Oh god. I wasn't paying close enough. I was looking at the mini-map to see where I don't. So yeah, one of the things I immediately don't like is the corners. Like, it doesn't. They just kind of creep out of nowhere because there's no, like, verticality to the track. Oh my god, I have to do multiple laps for the fucking qualifier? Come on. Barf. Qualifier should be 1 lap, man. Damn, my phone's blowing up. Alright, well now I'm starting to get a little bit better feel for the turning at least. Nope, still wrecked though. Jesus. Yeah, I bet I'm last on the starting grid, huh? Assuming it lets me qualify for the race. Well, I don't remember what game, but there was one racing game we played a long time ago where the race, you couldn't do anything but run the qualifier, and if you didn't beat it within a certain time limit, it just wouldn't let you race at all. It would just make you do the qualifier again. We're like, this is... And it was insanely difficult, too. Like, it was like a top-down racer, and it looked okay, but God, the fact that you had to qualify for the race, and it wasn't even like, oh, you did so poorly, you just qualify for last position in the starting. It was like, you didn't go fast enough, you don't get a race at all. It's like, this is stupid. Oh, shit. Drove off into the grass. Caught the hay bales again. Oh shit, I got passed by the guys who didn't even start with me. That's not great. Yeah, definitely going to be starting this race in last position. 100%. Fast Freddy, Jumping Joe, Manic Marco, Sid Sideway. I love the names. Rocket Ron, Demon Daz, Skid Mark, Heavy Airborne. Yep. Hey, look, I'm in last position. No shit. Awesome. So we're gonna get this race started, then we're gonna pause it for a second. All right, let me catch up with chat here. Jesus, you guys. Just what you want to be for a pal for you. Looks like stuff's using super. Okay, our clown looks like it's using the Super FX stuff. I agree. That's... Well, I agree and I don't agree. So, yes, it definitely has the polygons, but it reminds me more of Race Driving, which was an early racing game we played before the Super FX stuff was brought out, and it ran like absolute dog shit. This feels similar to that, but also agreed very similar to FX chip stuff. This is already boring. Yeah, Rubik's, we got you there. Cool idea looking over the handlebars. Angle is... Yeah, the angle's wrong. It's... Again, it needs to be tilted up more so you can see the turns coming, because the turns really kind of come out of nowhere to me. Maybe Wi-Fi made me go. It was very rude. Can you jump off the big wall that looks like a giant ramp? I doubt it. I'm sure you can't. Motorcycles don't hit neutral before the next year. Flashes end before them. Does it? I didn't notice that. Like a car if you're going across the middle neutral area. Maybe it was made by guys who didn't drive sticks. I don't know. Yeah, well, that was just a qualifier, clown. So, I mean, we did see the guys come up on me at the end there. There might not be other racers. They don't have grip to them. You fall down, go boom. So I can find this game is off for the Sega Genesis. Yeah, maybe it just didn't perform well in America. Alright, here we go. Let's see how I do with other racers. Oh, good. There's bouncing physics. Awesome. Touch a guy, drop way back. That's what we need. That was bullshit. He was not in front of me. He was to my side, for sure. Oh my god. I was even hitting my fucking brake, dude, and I still hit that goddamn... Anyway, this race is over now. Awesome. I'm doing so good. Maybe someone will wreck at some point and I'll catch up to somebody. Well, I think that's, yeah, I think that's somebody's sprite in front of me at least. Yeah, I'm not in last. At least for the moment. Bro, with the brake on and no acceleration, and I still hit that fucking tire. I didn't notice. Did I take damage when I bumped into other people? Because it seems like my damage meter went down real fast. I know I bumped a lot of people at the beginning, but like, I hit a lot of shit in my qualifiers and my damage meter wasn't blinking yet. I guess I'll find out when I bump into this dude, probably. Oh yeah, bumping into people does damage, which makes sense, but also like, we're gonna be that realistic about it? Come on, man. I'm not going to survive 5 laps of this. There's no way. I'm on lap 2. I'm already at the bottom of my health bar. I can't look at chat. I gotta lock in. I gotta try to race and not destroy my bike, apparently. Which seems unlikely, but I suppose if I'm lucky, I won't hit anything else. Some music would be nice. I feel like that's the thing every racing game got wrong. Which feels weird considering Top Gear was one of the first racing games out and it had an absolute banger soundtrack. And like everyone else was like, oh, Top Gear looked great, sounded great, played great. Let's not copy that. Let's make our own shit with no music and just engine noise, which is the most boring thing on the planet to listen to. It's not like I can even listen to my own soundtrack. I can't turn music on or YouTube will fucking copyright me. Made it to the last lap anyway. That's something. This is where I'll wreck. Watch. I'll finally catch up to 8th place, and I'll bump into him, and I'll wreck my bike out. Yep, there it went. Told you. Fuck. Let's see, where we go. You want to select for a lag and make a couple of AI tunes for your stream. Just have someone in the house for randomly yell. Hey, don't, Ew. It's public. There's enough of these lackluster races. There's obviously a market, but I really can't fathom why. Also, certain smaller Japanese competitors don't give a damn about the older games. Yeah, no, I get that. So, did not finish. Shocking. Alright, let's talk about some quick points here. One, I don't like the handlebar view. I'd much rather Road Rash or traditional racer where the bike is in front of you. I feel like that would immediately make it easier. But that would also fix my issue with the verticality of the view. Like, if you're doing behind the car, you almost automatically pivot the position of the camera up higher, which would give you a better warning for the turns. They should flash an arrow on the screen or something, just to be like, hey, fucking turn coming up. And I know there's signs, but it doesn't, sometimes the signs are kind of there a little too early, or maybe in spots where there isn't a big turn, and it's a little confusing. The lack of music and absolute just trash on that end. I don't think that the visuals are bad, but they're sure not good. Like, they're mediocre, average at best. Fast Freddy wins the European. Time to summon the power of Billy Mitchell. That's right, Game Genie. I got a password. Yeah, this is a nice big straightaway course here. We'll go with medium tires. I'll probably regret either one. Qualifier. This one's a nice, big, mostly straightaway race. We can do this. Except for that one big-ass hairpin turn down there at the bottom. That'll probably give me trouble. You know, speaking of good racing games and then Road Rash, just on the subject of motorcycles, like, when were the Road Rash games released? 1, 2, 3? Like, surely by now Road Rash had been seen on the Sega Genesis. Did nobody think to put something similar to that on the Super Nintendo? Like, it would have been so much better than things like Super GP and then this. Like, give me like a good Road Rash clone. I'd be on board with a Road Rash. I knew that was coming. Also, it felt like I was felt like I hit those a little early. Like it seemed like my hitbox should have been a little further out than it was. Oh God, I hit the people. They're all dead. There's no way they survived. Beating people with chains is exactly how you get me to play a race. Road Rash was 91-2. Was a year later. There was lots of time. Yeah, your bedroom activities are showing. Yeah, I feel like they really should have done better by now. Like, I know Road Rash 2 was like a high point. Road Rash 3 was okay, but they moved to like the super digitized sprites, and I didn't think it looked as good. It ran as smooth. 2, and then Road Rash for the 3DO, I think it was like Road Rash 95. Those were the two best Road Rash games. Hands down, no questions. Just what they were. I don't like the qualifier race is 3 laps. It should just be a single lap, fastest time, determined starting grid. it does a pretty decent job at getting the feel of speed. Like, just the speed, the difference in... I'm trying to think of the good ways to word it. The movement, the speed with which things move past the bike makes it feel fast. Even if it's not actually that fast. Like, they've got the feeling of speed down, which is super duper important on a race. Again, don't feel like I should have hit that. I made that whole hairpin turn without running into some shit. When you start the bike, it does this little wheelie and you can't turn while you're doing that. So that was just a really bad place to hit that sign, I guess, because then I couldn't turn when you hit the gas, and then I hit the next two things. Dumb. I didn't notice. Does it take your best lap of the 3 years? Oh, you know what? I didn't pay attention to that either, buddy. Honestly, it does the outrun scrolling sense of speed well. Yeah, the sense of speed seems good. Again, I still have issue. I take issue with the camera view entirely. And Outrun had music. If you managed to get the Outrun that was what, like Outrun 2002 on the Xbox, it had really good music. And that one's like super expensive to get now, isn't it? One of them is. It's not like Outrun 2. It's Outrun something else. I think it was like, I don't remember if it was a number or if it was a year on the end or something weird like that. I just know one of those Outruns in the early 2000s is very expensive, and the other one not so much. Yeah, the polygonal stuff for the stands and the walls is weird. When things like the tires and signs are just clearly sprites. It seems like they wanted you... Maybe people were like, oh, we can trick them into thinking it's like a Super FX game. That'll make it more popular. I don't know. And maybe it worked. Who knows? Here comes this fucking turn where I wreck the bike every time. I didn't wreck it that time, but I did put it in the freaking grass. Alright, so it does your best lap. Because I was at 156 and then I dropped to 151 when I crossed that time. So it must take your best lap. So the Super FX games were out. Yeah. What'd you say? The Genesis version? Sega Genesis one had great music. The hell are you talking about? Hey, look at that. I'm not in last position to start with. Jesus, this was a year after Ridge Racer release? Oh, no hope at all, brother. Ridge Racer was a solid-ass game. Go! I don't... Stop bumping into me. God damn it, dude. Bump, bump. Look at that shit. Bumping into like 3 bikes and a quarter of my health is gone. That's crap. I was gonna hit that tire for a second. Look at that, I got into 4th place. That's pretty good. It's not gonna last, but it's pretty good. Come on, brother. Infinite HP would help make the game more road rash feeling. I like the background at this point. I like the sunset. That looks cool. They did a good job on the gradient there. I don't understand why I keep hitting shit on that corner. It feels like the hairpin's a tighter turn than that, but for some reason on that turn I always hit the damn flag. I don't know. Hey, look, I can't turn again because I'm doing my little starting wheelie. I really don't like that. When you start off, it pops your wheelie or whatever, and so you can't fucking turn your bike. What an ignorant choice that is. Shockingly, I only lost 3 positions from that wreck. I would have thought I lost a lot more, honestly. I don't know. I mean, it's not good. I'm trying to think back to Super GP, which is the only other motorcycle racing game I can really remember. And it had the third-person camera view that I want. But it same thing in that it had no speed or no music, and I don't think it had like a good sense of speed down, which this one has. But what's more important, a camera view you like or a sense of speed? Because I really don't like this camera view. Get out, look at him. Let me get right in front of you so you hit. No. Bullshit, dude. The hitbox is bad. I'm going to complain about that now. I don't like... It doesn't feel like I should hit those flags, and it definitely doesn't feel like I should have bounced that dude. Like, if anything, he should have bounced me. Prick-ass game. God damn, this is a long race, too. 5 laps is terrible. 3 laps at best. That's what these should be. Qualifier 1 lap, race 3 laps. I like that in the options, the option is 5 lap race or 7 lap. Like, who on God's name wants to do 7 laps in this shit? Again. Nope. Go away. You came. Oh, so did you sell your big collection? Yeah, it's gone. I sold it. It's out of here. It took about a week and a half to sell it, which was impressively faster than I expected, actually. See, now that time that dude like went right through me. How come I didn't hit him that time? Because that time it felt like I absolutely should have hit him. Bad collision detection, that's what that is. It was to a shop, but not LAG. I sent them an email, they never got back to me. Holy shit, I made that turn. That's the first time I think I've made that without issue. Actually, I guess there was issue. I still hit the grass. God damn, this is still only lap 4 though. Ugh. It's bad enough when your game has nothing to provide you with interest in, outside of like the fact there's no music and it's generally uninteresting, but then when it just makes you endure length. If like this race is gonna fucking this race is probably a 10-minute race and there's nothing enjoyable about it. And what's weird is there's not even a level of simulation racing to this that there are to some of the like the F1 games. Like you get 3 basic choices: tires, auto manual gearbox, and a high-low gearing for top speed or acceleration, and that's it. There's no upgrades to buy. There's no colors, no different bikes. You can't change anything other than your name, basically, at the beginning. So there's very, very little, I think, to keep your interest here. The people on the side of the roads actually do remind me a little of Road Rash now that I'm watching them fly by, which is funny. But yeah, this is just lackluster as hell. I gotta say, unimpressed. Would not recommend. Like, out of a score of 5, I'm gonna give it a 3. I wouldn't play it and I wouldn't recommend it, but like there is a game here. There's a game to be played if you so desire this game. Again, I don't think I touched that sign, but it's what it is. This is probably $7 loose. Which shop if I want to go pick over things? I imagine nothing you're going to want's going to be left. It was 2 guys, and I'm pretty sure they took everything they wanted out of it before. And I think most of it's probably going to end up on eBay, because I don't think you're going to be able to sell a lot of that shit local. I'm curious about that as well, though. Kawasaki Super Bike Challenge. I'm going to bet it's... I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. You said $7. I'm going to say $9. $12.24. I'm impressed. That said, I'm done too. Like with that last wreck, I can't play this. It's irritating me. Also, my back teeth are floating. I gotta take a leak so bad. I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame me either. It's a thumbs down. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't play it again, given any kind of option in the world of racing on Super Nintendo. There are 2 racing games I will always fall back on for SNES: Top Gear and Rock and Roll Racing, in my opinion, thus far, and we're real close to having played every Super Nintendo game in America. Those are hands down the 2 best racing games I've played. So, yeah, that's where we're at. We're going to call it. Next game up Saturday night will be Revolution X. That's going to be a piece of hot trash. No questions asked. Hot garbage. So Revolution X on Saturday night. Sunday night we'll get to Earthworm Jim 2 hopefully. And that's just it. Everybody, thanks for coming in. Stupid Monkey, Lord Goober, AB Killen, R Clown, Rubik's. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you very much for coming in and hanging out. Everybody watch some video here on YouTube. Appreciate you guys as well. We'll see you later. Yep, we'll see you later, guys. Have a good one. Adios.